Okay, hello. This is a usability test for BluePuzzleDesign.co.uk. This was a requested review, so this is the first time I've ever seen this website. This is my first initial impression of the website. I'm going to just go through it and basically give you my opinion, feedback as a user and my personal experience with the website. So the very first thing I see here, I see this background with the white on it. Honestly, this white with the contrast of these light colors flashing between it makes it kind of difficult to read what this is saying. So I can see that it says web design specialists, but the font choice here, the font color choice is not a good choice given the background. I may what you could do is essentially put like a solid color image behind it to kind of frame the text so that then the text has a solid color to go against rather than a gradient. But that's one thing. And then just another nitpicking thing is web and design are capitalized, but specialists is not. So I'm not quite sure why, but that's just something I noticed. Um, Honestly, okay, let's see. I didn't even realize this scrolled down. Um, I think that this image here is so big, it takes up so much of the screen here that it's not really intuitive that you're supposed to scroll down. I just scrolled down by accident. So I would probably decrease this and make it more of a smaller banner on the top if that's what you want to do. I'm not sure. But I know that I really had no clue there was more. But apparently there is more down here. So let's see what we do. Click on each image to find out more. Now this I like. This is good. Very simple images here. Very easy to understand. Okay, so at first it wasn't responsive to the hovering. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I had moused over and there was no highlighting, so I had no idea it was clickable. But it looks like it is clickable, so let's see. Um, for identity, we design unique designs. Okay. Okay, I'm just taking a quick read of what this says right now. This is good. I appreciate as a user basically having these icons here that give you an image of what basically it is, and then a little blurb, and it's clickable. I don't really understand what this image has to do with design. I would associate this more with a scientific lab or medical or something. Um, I also think that although this is a good design here, I think that it would be more useful, more effective if it was all able to fit on the screen. So what we do, click on each image to find out more, and I have to like scroll down to be able to see all the options. I would make that so, I mean, as a user, I would prefer to have all those images on one page here. So if these icons were maybe slightly smaller, not too much smaller, but small enough so that you could at least fit more of them onto a page that you don't have to scroll. And then again, these bar breaks like this with the color kind of make me assume that that's like the end of the page like this, but it looks like there's more, and I don't really get a good idea of how much is website, so let me just scroll down. Okay, so that's a bit long. I don't prefer this layout. So it's basically what we do, about us, portfolio, and get in touch. I don't really understand why this is all on one page. Okay, so it is clickable up here. That must be what that is. Okay. All right, so this makes more sense up here. But why is that? See, okay, now that doesn't make sense. All right, what I'm talking about is, for example, when you're clicking on these tabs, it brings you to a different section of this one gigantic scrolling page. That's already something that I don't really prefer, because if you are down here and you're scrolling through the site for the first time like I was, you might not notice how these buttons are up here. You might not notice that these buttons coordinate with what you're scrolling in here, like I didn't notice, because the font is really small and it's kind of like not really, it doesn't really stand out. Also, this blue with black contrast is not good. You can't really read the text with the blue contrast. I would pick a different color. But what also doesn't make sense is that basically all of these are this clickable scrolling down on the same screen, but when you hit packages, that brings you to a different page. That to me doesn't make sense. And then Get in Touch is down here as well, when it should probably have its own section. Get in Touch, does it actually? Is that the contact? Yeah, so Get in Touch is also under Packages, even though it's supposed to be for contact. But there's a lack of consistency with the way each tab is presented. I think the best one for my personal experience as the user is this one for Packages, so that it basically brings you to a completely different page. Although ideally it would just stop at the purple, and then Get in Touch would be its own page under Contact. If it did that, that would be better, so that each tab brings you to a different page, not to one page like this that scrolls. Also, if you notice, when you click on these sections, it scrolls slightly so that the title is overlapped by this banner up here. So see, it says Get in Touch, but when you click on it, the Get in Touch title is hidden behind the banner. So that doesn't, that doesn't look appealing. And then you have to kind of scroll up to know what you're doing. I'm wondering if it does it for all the categories. Yeah, it looks like it does it for, well, not the About Us, but it seems to do it for all the other sections. So that's kind of an inconvenience there. So let's see how this works. Get in Touch. So I'm going to put my name, email address. Let's see. I wonder, brief message. Does this even say what it's for? So it says Get in Touch, and then it says add a brief message. I'm not sure if this is just for general inquiries, if it's for questions, if it's for, business purposes, or if it's just one generic message. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of the Get in Touch section is for. What are you getting in touch for? Who are you contacting when you click Get in Touch? Like, who is this going to? I'm not sure. I do like these icons here. I think these are sleek. I think they look nice. Let's see, what else? That's pretty much it. Okay, so this has text on it. I don't think it's too much text. I think the layout is a little bit boring with the text, but it's not bad. It's okay. But the color contrast is good, at least on that one. This color contrast is really something that's bothering me. So yeah, that's basically my review of this website. It seems to have a few color contrast issues, some text choice issues, the icon sizes, and then this never-ending page issue. That's my impression as a user for the first time seeing this website, and those are some of my suggestions.